I've watched thousands of people make the same mistake, chasing big jackpots with small money and going home broke every single time. Today, I'm going to show you the strategy that the casinos don't want you to know, because it actually works. Today we're talking about something that most gambling experts won't be honest about: how to turn a small bankroll, whether that's $50, $100, or $200, into a legitimate shot at bigger wins without going broke in the first 20 minutes. Now, let me be crystal clear right from the start. This isn't magic. This isn't a guaranteed system. What I'm going to share with you is a disciplined approach based on mathematics, machine selection, and bankroll management. 3 things I learned from watching both the winners and the losers during my years on the casino floor. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which machines to look for, how to climb from small bets to bigger opportunities, and most importantly, when to walk away with money still in your pocket. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into what I call the ladder strategy. Before we get into the strategy, you need to understand what you're really playing against. The casino expects you to play fast, chase losses, stay on progressives, max bet every spin, and keep playing until you're broke. So, why am I telling you this? Because I want you to understand that the only way to have a fighting chance is to flip the script on how the casino expects you to play. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to play slow. We're going to set hard stops. We're going to pick simple machines with better return frequencies. Let me tell you about something I witnessed over and over during my casino years. I'd watch players come in with $100, hit a $300 win in the first 30 minutes, and then 4 hours later, they'd be at the ATM pulling out more money. Why? Because they thought the machine owed them more. They thought they were running hot. They thought their luck was going to keep going. So we're going to establish a new mindset right now. Your one mission. Write this down. Turn a small start into a bigger chance. Not a guarantee, by climbing only when the numbers say so. You're not trying to get rich. You're not trying to win the progressive jackpot on your first spin. You're building a staircase, one small step at a time, and you're locking in your progress so you don't slide all the way back down. Here are your 3 non-negotiables. These are rules you cannot break. Non-negotiable number 1. Set your stop points now, before you even walk through the casino doors. Decide your maximum loss. Decide your walkaway win. Decide how long you'll play. Write it down. Put it in your phone. Make it concrete. No exceptions once you're on the floor. Non-negotiable number 2. Only play simple, low-volatility machines that return your bet frequently. We're talking about classic reels. 3 real games with clear play tables. No progressives, no video slots with 12 bonus features. No games where you can play 200 lines at once. Simple, frequent, readable, non-negotiable. Number 3, use checkpoints. These are mandatory cash-out moments where you physically take money off the machine and either pocket it or move to the next level. This is how you lock in progress. Now, here's your most important tool, and I call it a pattern interrupt. This is something you say out loud when you feel yourself starting to chase or speed up. If I feel heat in my chest, that's my cue to stop, not to bet faster. I want you to say that right now, out loud. Seriously, pause the video and say it. Why? Because your body knows when you're in trouble before your logical brain catches up. That flush feeling, that tightness, that excitement that borders on anxiety, that's your warning system. Respect it. During my years on the casino floor, I could spot the players who were in trouble from 50 feet away. They'd be hunched over the machine, feeding bills faster and faster, their shoulders tense, completely locked in. Those were the players I knew were going to have a bad night. The winners? They sat back. They took breaks. They cashed out tickets and walked around. They treated it like entertainment, not desperation. Which type of player are you going to be? Before you play, the complete setup. All right, now let's get practical. Before you touch a single machine, you're going to do a complete safety setup. This takes about 5 minutes, and it's the difference between a fun session and a financial disaster. Step 1. Pick your starter budget. Choose an amount you're genuinely okay losing. And I mean genuinely. Not, well, I hope I don't lose it. I mean, if I light this money on fire and walk away, my life doesn't change. For most of you watching, this might be $50, $100, or $200. There's no shame in starting small. In fact, I'm going to show you that smaller controlled budgets often perform better than big, reckless ones. For this example, let's use $100. But you can scale everything I'm about to say up or down based on your comfort level. Step 2. Split your budget. Take that $100 and split it into 2 mental buckets. I recommend $60 for your starter and $40 for your climb. Why split it? Because it forces you to think in stages, not emotions. Your starter money is your first test. Your climb money is your reserve. You're not touching the climb money until the starter money proves the strategy is working. When I was on the floor, I'd see smart players using this exact technique with physical envelopes or separate pockets. The winners kept their money organized. The losers had crumpled bills stuffed everywhere and no plan. Step 3. Set your walkaway points. This is critical. Right now, before any emotions are involved, you're going to set 2 walkaway points. Walkaway point 1, your loss limit. If you start with $100, your loss limit is $100, not $150 from the ATM, not another $100 from your pocket. You lose your starter, you leave. Session over. I cannot stress this enough. The ATM is not part of your bankroll. The ATM is the beginning of the end. I've seen people pull out $600, $700, $800 from ATMs in a single night, thinking they'd win it back. They never did. Walkaway point 2, your win goal. Most people forget to set a win goal. They think, I'll just play until I feel like stopping. That's a recipe for giving it all back. Set a realistic win goal. For a $100 starter, maybe it's $200, maybe it's $250. Pick a number that would make you genuinely happy to go home with. Write it down. And here's the advanced move. Set an emotional walkaway too. If you start feeling tense, frustrated, or overly excited, that's a walkaway point regardless of the money. Step 4. Choose your timeline. Decide how long you're going to play. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3? Time limits matter because they prevent the just one more spin trap that turns into 4 more hours. Set a timer on your phone if you need to. Step 5. Document it. Open your phone notes right now and type this out. Today's session, $100 budget, $60 starter, $40 climb, loss limit, $100, win goal, $200, time limit, 2 hours. I will stop if I feel tense or start chasing. Make it real. Make it concrete. This is your contract with yourself. I know some of you are thinking, this seems like a lot of work just to play slots. But here's what I learned watching thousands of players. The ones who did this kind of planning were the ones who smiled on their way out. The ones who didn't were the ones I'd see every single weekend, digging deeper and deeper holes. Rung 1, the warm-up. Okay, now we're ready to play. Let's talk about rung 1 of the ladder. Rung 1 is what I call the warm-up. And your goal here is simple. Double the money you put into this machine. Not your whole wallet, just the money on this specific machine. Machine selection for Rung 1. You're looking for a simple reel machine. Here's what that means. Classic 3-reel or simple 5-reel. Quarter denomination or 50-cent denomination, 3 to 5 lines maximum. Clear, readable pay table, no progressive jackpot, no elaborate bonus features. When I was working the floor, I'd point players toward games like Triple Diamond, Double Diamond, Red, White, and Blue, Blazing Sevens, Wild Cherry, these classic games. Why? Because they hit frequently with small wins, and frequent small wins are what keep your bankroll alive long enough to climb. The warm-up process. You take your $60 starter money and you find your machine. You cash in, and now you're playing. Here's your target. You want to see $120 on that credit meter. That's 2 times your buy-in. Now, you're not spinning like a maniac. You're playing at a controlled pace. 1 spin, watch the result. Another spin, you're giving yourself time to think between spins. Hit frequency matters here. You want to see returns, even if they're just your bet back or half your bet back. These small hits keep you in the game longer and give you more chances to catch a better hit. When you hit your target, the moment you see $120 or more on that meter, you stop spinning. You cash out. You take that ticket to the cashier cage or redemption machine and you split it. $60 goes into your pocket. That's your starter money back. You've just locked in Rung 1. $60 stays in your hand. That's your climb bank for Rung 2. Congratulations! You're now playing with house money. Even if you lose everything from this point forward, you walk away breaking even. That's a massive win compared to most players. If you don't hit your target. Now, here's the discipline part. If you drop down to $20 remaining and you still haven't hit that $120 target, you stop. Session over. I know that's hard to hear. You came to play. You want to keep going. But this is the exact moment where most people start chasing, and chasing is how you turn a $60 loss into a $300 loss. You gave it a fair shot. The machine didn't cooperate. That's variance. And variance doesn't care about your feelings. You protected your climb bank, you still have $40 in reserve, and you can come back another day. The floor is cold, the machines aren't cooperating, or the volatility is too high. Leave. The casino is open tomorrow. I cannot tell you how many times I watched players ignore this signal. They'd lose their first buy-in, pull out more, lose that, pull out more, and 6 hours later they'd be broke and miserable. The players who respected the two-strike rule, they were the ones who came back week after week, still having fun, still within their budgets. Rung 2, the first lift. You've locked in Rung 1. You've got $60 in your pocket and $60 in your hand. Now we climb. Rung 2 is where things get interesting. You're going to move up one denomination level. Machine selection for Rung 2. If you were playing quarters, now you're looking at dollar machines. If you were playing 50 cent, now you're looking at $1 or $2 machines. But here's the key. Single credit machines, not multi-line video slots. You want a machine where you can bet $1 per spin or $2 per spin, not $1 times 40 lines. You're increasing your bet size, but you're keeping control over how fast your money moves. Why single credit? Because it slows you down. It gives you more spins per dollar. It reduces volatility, and it keeps you from that max bet trap that eats bankrolls in minutes. Look for the same types of games: simple reels, clear pay tables, frequent small returns. At the dollar level, you'll find games like Triple Red Hot 7s, classic jackpot party machines, original quick hit versions, workhorses that have been on casino floors for decades because they work. The first lift process. You take your $60 climb bank and you buy in on your new machine. Your goal now is to grow your total session amount to $180 to $200. That means you need to hit somewhere around $120 to $140 on this machine. You're playing the same controlled pace. One spin, watch, breathe, next spin. No rushing. At this denomination, you should start seeing bigger individual hits. A $20 hit, a $30 hit, maybe even a $50 or $60 hit if you catch a good line. These hits feel good, but don't let them trigger the press your luck instinct. When you hit your target, the moment you hit your target, let's say you get to $140 on the meter, you cash out immediately. Take that ticket, pocket another $60 to $80. Now you've got $120 to $140 locked away safely. Keep the remaining $60 to $80 for Rung 3 if you choose to climb further. At this point, you have already won. Let me repeat that. You have already won. You came in with $100. You now have $120 to $140 guaranteed in your pocket. You're up 20% to 40%, and you still have money to play with. Most players never get here because they don't lock in their wins. Never ever chase on Rung 2. This is the danger zone where I saw most players fall apart. They'd win on the first machine, move up, start losing on the second machine, and then convince themselves they needed to win back what they were losing. No, you're not losing anything. You're playing with house money from a win you already locked in. If it doesn't work out, you still walk away close to even or with a small profit. That's the ladder working exactly as designed. Rung 3, the push. If you've made it to Rung 3, you're in rare territory. You've doubled on Rung 1, grown on Rung 2, and you've got $60 to $80 to take a real shot. This is where hand pays become possible. Not likely, not guaranteed, but possible. Machine selection for Rung 3. You're moving up one more denomination level. If you were on dollars, you're now looking at $2 or $5 machines. If you were on $2, now you're looking at $5 or $10. Same rules. Simple reels, single credit, clear pay tables. You're just increasing the bet size to increase the potential payout. At this level, you'll find fewer machines to choose from, and that's okay. You're looking for those classic high-denom single-credit games tucked away in the high-limit areas or near the cashier cage. The push process. You buy in with your $60 to $80 and you set a clear target. You want to grow your total session to $300 or more. That means you need to hit around $220 to $240 on this machine. Now, here's where I need to give you a reality check. At this denomination level, the volatility is higher. You can blow through $60 in 12 spins if you don't catch anything. That's normal. That's variance. You might catch a $100 hit on your third spin and jump straight to your target. You might grind for 50 spins with small hits and bleed slowly down. The key is this. You already locked in profit. This is your shot at the bigger win, but it's not a must-win situation. You're playing with house money. When you hit your target, let's say you catch a nice hit and you're sitting at $250 on the meter. You cash out. You pocket down to guarantee a 2-time session. So you take $200 and put it away. That's double your original $100 start, locked in and protected. If you want to keep going, you can play with the remaining $50, but that $200 is untouchable. If you lose that $50, you're done. You walk with $200. If you catch another hit, you pocket more and keep a small amount in play. The hand pay reality. Let me be straight with you. Hand pays are rare. Even at higher denominations, even on good machines, they're rare. I watched the floor data for years. Most players will never hit a hand pay. But the players who climbed with discipline and locked in profits? They walked away happy a lot more often than the players who sat at progressives all night hoping for miracles. Your goal is not to hit a hand pay. Your goal is to have a fun session, protect your bankroll, and hopefully leave with more than you came with. If a hand pay happens, that's incredible. Celebrate it, but don't need it. Now, here's what I want you to do right now. Open your phone notes and write down your plan for your next casino visit. What's your starter budget? What's your split? What are your stop points? What machines are you going to look for? Make it concrete. Make it real. And here's what I want from you in the comments. Tell me about your favorite simple 3-reel machine. What's the name? What denomination do you usually play? Where do you usually find it? Let's build a resource list that actually helps real players find real machines. Before we wrap up, I need to give you the responsible gambling reminder. Gambling involves real risk. Slot machines are designed for entertainment, not income. Only play with money you can genuinely afford to lose. If gambling stops being fun, if it's causing stress in your life, if you're chasing losses or hiding your play from family, please reach out for help. The National Council on Problem Gambling has a 24-hour helpline. There's no shame in asking for help. For everyone else, I hope this strategy gives you a better framework for your next casino visit. Keep your ladder tight, your targets small, and your pockets busy. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.